Mississippi, Dutchman, Columbus, and 10 avatars of the Vishnu. Hello, I'm XRTT, and today I'll be talking about the present of turtles in the comics book created by my absolutely favorite author, Don Rosa. It will be a short recording. After all, he was a creator of the Duck-centered comics, but anyway, let's begin. Short bio for a good start. Don Rosa was born on June 29, 1951 in Louisville, Kentucky, USA. Since childhood, he loved comics with Donald Duck and company, especially these created by Carl Barks. Following his dreams, he applied to Gladstone Publishing House, where in 1987 he published his first story under the Disney banner, The Son of the Sun. His last work is The Prisoner of White Agony Creek from 2006. During these almost 20 years, he has created almost 90 stories. Some were short, 1, 2, or 3 pages, but many of them were long, content-filled stories of 25, 30, or even more pages. I can talk for a long time about why he entered his career and problems with Disney practices related to the lack of royalties and the simultaneous future printing of Don Rosa's works in dozens of languages, but the author himself wrote about it on his website as reason number 1, explaining the reasons for ending his career. I will leave a link in the description and end the topic because it is supposed to be mainly about turtles. Don Rosa's magnum opus is centrally the life and times of Scrooge McDuck, describing the life of one of the important characters from the Duck universe, the title character, of course. The basic series is 12 stories, originally published between 1992 and 1994. The first American edition was in 1994 to 1996 in issues of Uncle Scrooge magazine. In later years, we also get 6 additional stories that takes place between the main chapters, but we won't talk about them today. One of the original 12, comic number 2, The Master of the Mississippi, have a turtle. Well, a mention of a turtle anyway. Snapping turtles are mentioned. This comic was first published in Denmark in 1992 as an additional element of issue 13 of Anders and Co. The first American publication was in Angus Cross issue 286 in June 1994. We also got a turtle element in the 6th comics, and it is the only one showing a real, live turtle. The title is The Terror of the Transvaal. It was first published in the Anders and Co. issue 18 in 1993. The first American publication was in Uncle Scrooge 219 in 1995. The next chronological comic with a turtle element is The Lost Church of Columbus. It is a sequel to Carl Barks' 1952 story The Golden Helmet. The story was first published in the 32 issue of Anders and Co. In 1995, the first American publication was its Donald Duck Adventures issue 33 in April 1997. The turtle element appears in one scene. The bellboy responsible for supplies has shelves full of various things behind him, including a turtle. We found turtles again in The Treasure of the 10 Avatars. The story was first published in the 26th number of the Anders and Co. in Denmark. The first American publication was in Uncle Scott's Adventures issue 21 in October 1997. These comics draw heavily from Hindu mythology, including 10 avatars of Vishnu, in the form of a symbol on a panel with 10 buttons, each corresponding to one of the avatars. The turtle symbol appears in many scenes, and Kurma, Vishnu's turtle avatar, is mentioned in one dialogue. Published in 1999, The Dutchman's Secret is the last of Don Rosa's comics with turtle element. It is a direct sequel to his 1998 story, The Vigilant of the Prison Bath. The story was first published like the others in the Danish Anders and Co. issue 9 in 1999. The first American publication was in Uncle Scrooge 319 in July 2003. The turtle in this comic appears in the form of a drawing carved in a rock, part of a map, and is visible in several frames. Judging by the picture itself, you might have doubt whether it is a turtle, but one of Donald's nephews explains that the turtle sign often means danger, and in the drawing we can also see where it's signed as danger. That's the end of the turtle info. Just a little informational side jump at the end. Typically, comics have one color edition. Of course, one printing may have higher contrast and saturation, other may have smaller ones, resulting from the printing settings and printing technology. However, it is different with comics with Donald or Mickey Mouse. The existence of several different color variants is the norm. Let's take as an example the comic book The Lost Church of Columbus, already discussed here. Donald Duck outfit is iconic, a blue beret, a black sailor shield with yellow stripes and a red bow tie, but everything else was colored as the person responsible for this wanted. That's all for now. Thank you for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you like it, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Bye!